my delegation aligns itself with the statement delivered by Italy on behalf of the Uniting for Consensus group. We thank you, Madam President, for your active role, and we also commend the co-chairs, our colleagues Ambassador Tariq and Ambassador Lees, for their dedicated and astute stewardship in guiding the IGN process. The reform of the Security Council is no doubt one of the most consequential institutional undertakings before the United Nations. During this session, member states engaged in constructive discussions across all 5 clusters, identifying areas of convergence and divergence and sustaining the momentum of the reform process. We reiterate that IGN remains the only forum for Security Council reform. General Assembly Resolution 53/30 and Decision 62557 are the foundational pillars of this process, and our work must continue to be firmly anchored in these agreed mandates. These are not procedural formalities, they are the collectively agreed decisions that preserve the integrity, inclusivity, and member state-driven nature of the reform process. As all 5 clusters are intrinsically interlinked, negotiations must continue to be guided by the established principle that nothing is agreed until everything is agreed. Progress can only be measured by our collective ability to narrow differences and build the broadest possible political acceptance among member states. Reform that lacks the confidence of the wider membership cannot provide a durable foundation for a more effective and representative Security Council. Madam President, it is evident that a consolidated model can only emerge from convergence across all 5 interlinked clusters. It is convergence that must lead to consolidation. It cannot be the other way around. This sequencing is fully consistent with the approach reflected in the Pact for the Future. Moreover, there is no linkage between a consolidated model and the text-based negotiations. Clearly, text-based negotiations cannot commence, nor can artificial deadlines be set until meaningful progress and convergence has been achieved across all 5 clusters. That requires flexibility by all sides. Some continue to complain about lack of progress, while at the same time sticking to their decades-old positions. So in that backdrop, we appreciate the efforts of the co-chairs to stimulate fresh thinking and promote bridge building through their proposal of regional fixed-term seats. In our understanding, such seats were never proposed as a permanent category. We also find the notion of seats being held in perpetuity and carrying the same privileges as the current permanent members difficult to reconcile with the principles of sovereign equality, periodic rotation, democratic legitimacy, and accountability. Reform should broaden representation and strengthen inclusivity. It should not replace one form of exclusivity with another. We look forward to further clarification on the co-chair's proposal during the next session. Madam President, Pakistan will continue to participate constructively in the IGN process during the 81st session, fully committed to a comprehensive reform of the Security Council that ensures that reform for all, privilege for none. I thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Pakistan.